two topics. The first topic, geography topic, is water. The history topic is tribes, nomads, settled communities, and
Second chapter is
second chapter of
devotional
history is
paths to the
devotional
divine.
path to the divine, and the third chapter,
Civics,
third civics chapter is
women change the world.
Understood? So, how many chapters are we going to learn? 1, 2, 3,
4.
4. 4 chapters. Okay, from our social science book. Okay. The first topic I want to start from below, and the topic is women change the world. Okay, it is a vital issue. Okay, and we have I have already made video on this, but today everything will be discussed in this class. And Pandita Ramabai, you might have heard the name Pandita Ramabai. It was because of her vast knowledge. It was because of her vast knowledge of Sanskrit. She was conferred the title Pandita. Understood? She could write Sanskrit, she could speak Sanskrit. Okay, and she was the first woman. She was the first woman. Understood? To think of the women in our country, and there were many women who contributed. Understood? There are many women I have already discussed, but Pandita Ramabai did an excellent job. Understood? For the women, especially education for the women. Understood? Now, I would like you to please listen to the main thing, and that is the upliftment of the women. The moment a child is born, if she is, understood, a boy child, his birth is celebrated. Understood? And with blessings, gifts, understood, and programs in the family, everybody is happy. Whereas if it is a girl child, she is not given, understood, a grand welcome. She is not received with gladness, with happiness. But it is because of the women who tried their best to educate themselves to create a place in the male dominated society. Understood? For not only them, for those who would come in future. Means for the future women. Clear? For the girl children to come in the near future. Clear? So our perception towards women changed under influence from these powerful women. And besides that, there were many men who actually did a lot for the upliftment of women, for the education of women. The women were imprisoned within the four walls of our houses. Now, in the modern world, women got the rights. Women were deprived of their rights to education, understood, to cultural life, to social life, and even the women were not allowed to be like men. Even today, our mothers do not get paid, understood, for their service to the family, for we even do not recognize their service. However hard our mothers do, however hard our mother try to make us happy, we sometimes say, Mom, what is your contribution? If we don't see our dresses pressed, understood, before going to school, if we ask for the dress, uniforms, and if we ask for them and if they are not clean, we always scold them, right or not? But this is not right. Justice. Sometimes no. Gandhiji taught us to be self-supporting. Stand upon your own feet. Don't put pressure. Treat everybody with love. Everybody deserves love, including our mother, right? But here, as soon as a child is born, we start the process of gendering. If it is a boy child, a separate treatment. If it is a girl child, another kind of treatment and the bad treatment. Understood? But this bias, this difference now began to disappear. Why? It is because the society is not ready to accept discrimination. Understood? Clear? Or accept division between male and female child. Clear? Male should get all those things, or the female should get all those things that are given to the male. Understood? For the boys should get what the girls are getting, or girls should get what the boys. There must be equilibrium, there must be equality between, they should not feel neglected. They all are persons, understood? We all are human beings. We must live in a society which will be like a paradise on earth, understood? A society can prosper if the men and women enjoy equal rights. They should not feel discriminated, they should not feel alienated, they should not feel unequal, they should not feel cut off, they should not feel, like they are orphans. Even with, even while living in the families, understood, with their families, clear, with their fathers and mothers, this particular notion should be destroyed. And there were many women who, you can feel free to ask me those questions, that you, I think, you want me to answer those questions, right? If you have some questions, you feel free to ask me those questions, I can answer. This is our topic. And then, what I want to tell you, the main thing, women change the world. Women is not the women changing the world. Huh? Is not women changing the world. I am telling you, women is a plural form. You should have protested. A woman is changing, women are changing the world, right or not? There are nowadays, the newly appointed Prime Minister of Japan, understood, is a woman. And Giorgia Meloni, the head of state of Italy, understood? The Prime Minister of Italy is Giorgia Meloni. She is also a woman. And under her leadership, the country is doing well, right? So, you have the question, you feel free to ask me those questions if you want.
What is water cycle?
Water cycle, I have not yet taught the, geography chapter. Water cycle, actually, if you have started this chapter, it's good to start this chapter. Water cycle is a process of transformation of water from one form to another. Like water can change into vapor, under water vapor, then it can condense also. It can freeze also. These three forms of water, understood, changes through a cycle. Understood? A process called water cycle. Do you get it? Water can change into vapor, and vapor can change into or condense into precipitation. Water, vapor, understood, due to the presence of sunlight on the surface of water. Do you get it? The fall of the sunlight on the surface of water, understood, hits, the water gets heated up due to presence of water on the surface of water, right? And then water vapor gets formed, and then water vapor goes high up in the air, understood, and then condenses and again falls back as precipitation in the form of rain. Do you get it? And there are different types, even dews that settle on the blades of the grass in the morning is a kind of precipitation. Do you get it? So now I want to, and the water, in this world, 97% of the water is saline water, means salty water, NaCl. It consists of NaCl, understood? And then the remaining 3% is fresh water. Clear? They are either found in the ground, as seen as groundwater, water in the river, lakes, understood? And they can be consumed. Clear? And if you think the water in the earth, in the rivers are fit to be consumed or can be drunk, no, it is impossible. You need to make them fresh. Understood? You need to purify them. Then after purification, they will be clean, drinking water. Clear? Which will be fit for our health, good for our health. Understood? So, there are glaciers, understood, and ice caves. They actually give us fresh water, but the amount of fresh water is only 3%. and 97% is saline water, the water from the seas. Understood? Is there any problem? You understood? So this chapter is very easy or not?
Easy.
And we need water for different activities, like we need water in the factories to run our factories, we need water for irrigation, to for the cultivation. Understood? Water plays an important role, and these days even there are many plants, water bottling plants, which actually try to meet the demands of the people. Understood? We need bottled water, and water gets supplied to our houses through a network of pipes, water pipes, isn't it? That's how, the requirement of the fresh water is very important. And you can also read about things like, what is in this chapter, what is tide. Understood? Rhythmic rise and fall of tide is called what? What is high tide and what is low tide? Is there? No, these questions are there. Rhythmic rise and fall of water, sea water is called, sea waves is called what? Water tides, right or not? Rise is rhythmic rise of the sea water, sea waves is called high tide, and rhythmic fall of clear. These are all tides. Rhythmic rise of sea water, isn't it? Water current. And due to tsunami, what happened? You know what is tsunami? Due to, even the sea water sometimes rises due to what? Movement of what? The earthquake. Understood? Takes place even under the sea. And due to that, what happened? The outer surface of the earth experiences shakes or jerks. Due to that, due to the shaking of the earth surface, understood? Even the surface under the sea experiences what? Movement. Understood? Pressure. As a result, the sea waves rise and they come rushing towards the seashore. And that's how the tsunami of 2000, what? 2002 or 2004? Thousands of people lost their lives, especially in Indonesia. Understood? Okay, fine. You understood this chapter, and do you know the reason why? What is full moon? What is you know about that? When the sun and when the sun, earth, and comes very when the earth comes very close to the what? Sun, what happens? When the earth is between the sun and the moon, what happens? High tide or low tide?
Low tide.
Actually, if the sun is very close to the earth, water in the sea will get pulled towards the sun. Understood? If the moon comes close, suppose if the moon comes between the sun and the earth, what happens? The seas on the earth, understood? The liquid means the water in the seas, in the on the earth, comes, gets pulled towards the moon. Right or not? Because moon has also got a attraction of its own, means it has the power of attracting the liquid towards it. Do you get it? That's how, Purnima, understood? Or full moon happens. Do you get it? Full moon night, what happens? The water, the liquid water, what happens actually? It is there in your book? No.
Geography.
Is this geography?
Yes.
And then what is this? Yeah, see, what happens? The strong gravitational pull exerted by the moon, by the sun, and the moon on the earth's surface causes the tides. The water of the earth closer to the moon, the water of the earth closer to the moon gets pulled under the influence of the moon's gravitational force that I was talking about and causes high tide. During the full moon and the new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line, and the tides are the highest. These tides are called spring tides. And when the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean waters get drowned in diagonally opposite directions by the gravitational pull of the sun and the moon, resulting in low tides. These tides are called nip-tides. What is nip-tides, you know? Huh? This is nip-tides. Okay, I think the questions are not given from this chapter. I don't think that they have given you questions. Anyway, high tides help in navigation. What do the high tides do? High tides help in navigation. They raise the water level closer to the shores. This helps the ships to arrive at the harbor more easily. High tides also help in fishing. Many more fish come closer to the shore during this high tide. You know, why do the fish come to the shore during the high tide? When do the sea fish come to the shore? During the high tide. And it is because of high tides the fish in the sea come to the shore. Do you get it? Okay, fine. This enables the fishermen to get a plentiful catch. The rise and fall of water due to tides is being used to generate electricity in some areas. I have already told you what is the function of water. The sea water is also giving us electricity. Even the dams are constructed to generate electricity and supply to our homes, to light our homes. Understood? To give us the light of understood light that we need to for our existence in the modern societies, right? It means the our need of electricity is also met by the hydroelectricity produced with the help of the seawater and sometimes river water, isn't it? By constructing dams across them. Okay, okay, fine. Now you have done a very good thing by raising this chapter water. Okay, fine. Have you got satisfactory answer? Okay, fine. How many people have participated? 10 or 12?
Zero.
Nobody. Okay, fine. It's good. Good, I don't know whether it is a why it is happening. Generally, it doesn't happen. Okay, fine. Chapter number 5, tribes, nomads, settled communities. Okay, and it is history chapter. Actually, you know, tribes. Who are the tribes? Tribes are the people who live in forest. Understood? They have their culture, customs. Understood? Their they follow 1,000-year-old traditions. Clear, they have a tradition of their own, culture of their own, understood, and they live in the forest areas. Not only of our countries all over the world. Clear, the tribes live in the forested areas or in the jungles, and they have a culture of their own, they have their own language that they communicate in, understood, that in which they speak to share their feelings with one another. That's how the tribes live their life. And number two, nomads. Who are nomads? Nomads are people who actually move from one place to another. Do you get it? Nomads are the people who do not live in a place permanently. They do not live in a place permanently. They do not permanently live in one particular place. They go from one place to another. In India, they are called Banjaras. You know Banjaras? Banjaras do not settle down permanently in one particular place. And then who are they? These communities, settled communities are the people who actually depend on agriculture. They settle down in a particular place. Understood? First, these communities settle down in a particular place and they depend on agriculture. Understood? They actually, when they leave settled communities, now in the modern world, they live in towns, and after that, these communities, settled have cultures, language of their own, understood, and they depend on agriculture. Nowadays they live in cities, but during rules of the kings, understood, they used to lived under the kings, understood, rulers. Clear? In different empires, people lived under kings. Clear? During Mughal periods, India lived under Mughal rule. Then India lived under, now India lived under, we have a democratic government now. We have got freedom from British rule. We were under British rule also. Clear? And many cities came up in different parts of India, like in Bengal, Kolkata, in South India, Chennai, and in Delhi, and then metropolitan cities came up in Bombay, in Maharashtra, Bombay. That's how India got ruled, and we were called settled communities. But does it mean that in India there were no nomads? Yes, in India you can see the Banjaras. They move from one place to another. They do not live permanently in one particular place. And you can also see nomads. These are Banjara nomads and tribes. Santals, Bhutias, Nagas. You can see in different parts of India. They live in forested areas of our country, and they have cultures of their own language, and settled communities are there. We live as settled communities because we live in that particular place permanently. My dad used to work in a hospital, and then we lived there. We spent our life living there. Understood? Now we have houses of our own that we have constructed. We live there permanently. Do you get it? And the rulers, those who ruled down the ages, they were also part of the settled communities. Do you get it? They have culture, trade, commerce. Understood? They did business. That's how they lived their life. And now, do you want this phone to fall? You don't want this phone to fall, no? Okay, fine. Then don't lean against the phone. Okay, now I want you to, if you have question, you can ask, feel free to ask me any question. Do you have questions? I think I have answered all the questions and gave the answers to all the questions. I think I'm 100% sure about it. Okay, now come to this chapter. Chapter number what?
Devotional
Devotional
paths.
paths to the divine. This is very interesting topic. Devotional paths to divine. Do you know why did the people find it important to read a chapter called Devotional Paths to Divine? What is devotional paths? The paths that people need to follow. Understood? Why? To reach the divine. Understood? Actually, devotional paths to the chapter Devotional Paths to Divine teaches us that we human beings, even according to Bhagavad Gita, what does it teach us? Bhagavad Gita says that in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, what does he say? He says, Arjuna, you work. Understood? Do your duty without result. Hey, don't do it. Why are you leaning against the phone? Don't lean against the phone. Okay, Lord Arjuna, hello, Lord Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna, don't expect results. Work without expecting result. Do your duty and live the result. Don't expect return. Don't expect what? Don't expect reward. Don't do your work. Don't do your work in the hope of getting rewarded. Do you understand? When you think of reward, understood? When you think of being rewarded, your desire to get rewarded will never be fulfilled. Those who give their 100%, those who work without expectation of results, understood? They should leave it to God. If you have done good job, hello, if you have done good job, if you have studied well for the exam, you say to Lord Krishna, or if you practice Krishna, you say, Jesus, I did my best. If you practice Hinduism, say Lord Krishna or Bhagavan Jagannath or Bhagavan Ram, I have done my best, and what I needed to do, I did. The rest, I am leaving this to you. The rest is left to you. The God will decide whether you have done well or not. Just give your 100%. In Bengali, Lord Krishna says, Jeev tumi karma karo phal data ami. Mane ki, what does it mean? You do your duty without expecting result. Leave it to God. This is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Do you get it? Actually, what is happening? Why is it important? Why is this chapter important? Devotional paths to the divine. It means this thought, understood? This topic, devotional paths to divine. It means divinity. We all human beings are part of what? We are the part, we all the souls, the people all over the world are souls, understood? And these souls are part of the Supreme Soul. That is Lord Krishna, Bhagwan. Understood? Ishwar. We are part of Ishwar. And what does the Ishwar want us? To find ourselves in union with Ishwar or Bhagwan. What should we do? We need to fight for good life. What are you doing? You are reading the books. You are fighting for a good life. And good life is you will have less problems. You will have a life of happiness. You cannot be sad at all, because if you have studied well, you will get a decent job. And while doing a decent job, you don't have to cry, understood, for things that you need, or that help you fulfill your desire, isn't it? If you live in a society, you will have many desires to fulfill. How can you fulfill without money? If you do a decent job, the salary will down the ages. Hello, went underwent the process of purification. And the people, holy men, understood, try to understand, holy men down the ages, like Jagannath, Guru Nanak, then Lord Krishna, then even Mahavira, even Buddha, Gautam Buddha, clear, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why did they come? Tell me. Why did they come? These people came to liberate people, understood, from the ignorance or darkness of illiteracy. People lived in a society, understood, full of illiteracy. Do you get it what I'm saying? What kind of illiteracy? Ignorance. People believed in customs, social, what is called, people believed in casteism. Understood? People have many evils to fight. Am I right or not? What are those evils? There are many systems. Polygamy was there. Even the girls were burnt alive. We used to call it sati system. Even the widows were not allowed to remarry. Who fought for it? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He set up schools. Understood? When for the women. Why did they happen? It happened because people wanted change in their life, and who failed the pain. Society became equal, understood, only because of their contribution. These great men came, they taught us through the Bhakti Geets or Shangeet, and even there were many people who went from one place to another, chanting or making or writing different songs, Bhakti Geeti, and this actually liberated people from their mundane existence, from their problems in the society, right? How do you know the power? How? What do you think? What did Guru Nanak do? Can you tell me? What are the Guru Nanak? What are the? I have already told you in my earlier videos that Guru Nanak did something. What did he do? What did he say? What are the things that Guru Nanak said? Guru Nanak said something. What did he say? What did he tell the people to steal? Actually, these holy men actually beautified our life. Do you get it? They say this is wrong. You should not do it. They say, stealing others' property, it is not a good thing. Robbing someone of his valuable is a wrong thing. Don't do it. It is very bad to, give someone pain. If you cannot free someone from pain, you have no right to give cause pain to him. This is what the holy men did. Holy men also did so many things for the ordinary people. And the people living in different parts of the country, especially rural areas, there also some wise men who were born, and they also did good jobs to free the people from their agonies, from their pains. They did something. Like in Bengal, who fought for us? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Punjab, the Guru Nanak. This fellow who that Gautam Buddha. Why did he make a religion of his own? Why? Gautam Buddha did it because Gautam Buddha wanted a separate religion. Because he was fed up with the caste system, with discrimination, with the situation of the people under different kings. That's naturally, even though he was a son of a king, he protested against this different, superstitions. Society was full of superstition. Who did something to free the society from superstition? These great men, these holy men protested, and then came other people like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Ram Mohan Roy. They came later. First, these people contributed, and that's why the society is happy today. We are very happy. We don't live in a society where there is a lot of discrimination now. Even there is no caste system now. Actually, maybe you keep it hidden in your heart, but you do not share it with others. Nowadays people believe in equality. Understood? People people of one community mingles with another community. Why? They now feel free. We now have a society which generally doesn't accept injustice in the name of caste, community, religion. Society is free now. This is why Shatrughan Sinha's daughter married what? A Muslim boy, right?
Hmm.
Why? Why? It is because we are born and brought up in a society where we feel free to do whatever we want, right? With this, I come to the end of my, YouTube live. I hope you have benefited from my class. If you think you have benefited, please don't forget to give me a like. Bye.